like ahead of us immediately.
Again, that team, we always said it's really. I mean, I hate to put pressure on a rookie, but Sammy Cross is just a big question mark. If he's on, if he's going to be solid at short, that team certainly can go a long distance, especially with Jadid. But your team, they really showed a lot more extra offense than we expected. I mean, the first game certainly surprised a lot of people. I mean, I can't remember any time we've had that kind of offense in one day in the YMSL.
Yeah.
18-run game, a 19-run game, and a 20-run game.
Right.
It's unheard of. I mean, with the defense and the pitching that we've had. So.
Well, with the abridged spring training and
yeah.
the what's that baseball tournament called that they do every couple of years? Oh, the World Baseball Classic. The pitchers didn't get their normal spring training in, and I think the hitters are a little ahead of the pitchers this year.
Yeah.
Red didn't participate in the Baseball Classic, and look how ahead he was. So
yeah, he's probably saving his
something
arm.
to pay attention to for the foot. But for your lineup, with the top of your lineup, Ike, Jamal, and then Hank, and then you, that's as strong a 1-2-3 as there is in the league. So if you guys are on, and if Hank's gonna hit 3 triples and a homer and a double, I mean.
And now next week you go from Ike Deed. I'm sure you're going to see Steve Azer pitching.
Yes, I heard. I got word today actually
that he's,
from some sources that he will be showing up and pitching against us.
At least one and possibly two, since he didn't pitch game one, so this first week. So you certainly got your work cut out for you with this team and facing another good lineup. So that's a Memorial One, the featured game. This coming week, so but I'm sure you're happy with that trade you made. You
we're very happy. Dash made, I would say, the play of the day. He was great at third, so we were very happy with the trade.
So that should be an interesting matchup. We'll look forward to that. Did we cover all the games?
Yeah, we got all the games.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Next week we'll just look ahead on those games. You have. The Killer Z's 2, which Ike D going against the eligible bachelors. It's going to be rough for the bachelors, to tell you the truth, because I think they're just going to mow them down. They're coming off a nice win, 7-2 win, a bounce-back win. They're just going to, I believe, just give it to the bachelors.
I agree. I like Yedid winning both games in easy fashion next week.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even worth commenting on. Insane versus Jersey Shore. That could be interesting. I see a split there.
You have Insane coming off their game against the Bachelors.
Yeah, but
maybe it's a little bit easy. They're going to have a
but they do have Azer
different
coming.
test.
They'll have Azer and everybody back in a position. You got to remember now. You put the kid David Azer at second. You put Eshko at short center. I mean, it's a whole different team. Very good defensive team now, especially and so that could be that's going to be a good game over Memorial One. So. We'll see that. U.S. Marshals versus the situation. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know. U.S. Marshals is just that team is just worrying me because every time somebody makes an error, it's lights out. So
that's a tough game for them as a second.
And then from speaking to some of the players on the Maurice's Pieces team, commenting how fundamentally sound that team was.
Very, very good defensive team, that team. But the U.S. Marshals, they're all crazy, we know that, so if they get an early lead, they could pile it on. They could score 20 runs in the first game. They could score 10 runs in the first inning, for all we know. But if they fall behind, they could always come back with their bats, but they're all ticking time bombs. We know the story, we've been through that.
And U.S. Marshals, with Ali giving up 27 runs yesterday.
He had the lowest ERA.
He took a cue from Chubby Kassab and said all 27 were unearned. So he's he's the only great guy on the team. The rest of the team stinks, quote unquote.
Well, if their defense is that bad, then they have to consider a backup pitcher via trade or via someone in their farm system and put Ali back in center field or something, or short, or wherever he can play. Because if their D is that bad, he needs to make himself useful.
Well, he actually brought in the other Marshal, Jason, to pitch mop-up duty, and he gave up 8 runs in a third of an inning.
Wow.
And so it was just, they're gonna. It's just gonna be a tough day. I don't see them beating the situation, in all honesty. So that could be a 1-3 start for them. And
I'm going to go with the split over there.
Yeah?
I don't think their backs are losing both games this situation. I'm going to go 1-1.
I would agree. I don't know how much how much longer Red could hold down the team. I mean, sooner or later, someone's going to.
I don't think
it's Red.
Yeah.
All he's got to do is put it over. Right? If he doesn't walk anybody, he doesn't lose his cool. As long as the defense, like you said, with that outfield that they have, you play Solomon deep, they're going to get everything in the. They'll run down everything, those guys. So
I'll tell you, a sweep by the situation puts them at 4-0. Alley at 1-3.
Yeah.
That's big things going on there if that happens.
Yep.
And at Meadowbrook, we got Dirty Dozen, Eddie Michon's team, versus Maurice's Pieces. And listen, it's only week 2, but that's backs up against the wall for Maurice's Pieces. Dirty Dozen very confident after putting up 27 runs yesterday. So Maurice's Pieces 6 runs in 2 games. So you look at it, but it also could be a rebound week for Maurice. So,
do we know if Jeffrey Sack is pitching?
Jeffrey Sack is pitching, and I think the worst thing for Dirty Dozen is that Maurice's Pieces lost both games because they're all going to be ready to go on Sunday morning.
Yeah, so we're looking at that, and so it should be a good week. I mean, really, we'll see where the schedule takes after that. I mean, I don't want to start looking ahead, but I guess the big thing everybody looks at the schedule now is when do we get to play the eligible bachelors.
Right, and I'd like to add to Norman that the Maurice's Pieces do not play the eligible bachelors the following week. They play Jersey Shore.
That's okay.
So we know about that. So if you happen to be 0-4 coming into the week against us, we'll like to throw
we will not be
dirt on that grave. We'll throw a little bit of dirt on that grave.
We won't be 0-4. Don't worry about that.
I spoke to Maurice Havens. I think they already looked at the schedule. It might be week 6 that they play, or week 7 that they play. So if they need,
they won't even need eligible bachelor team. Will be a long distant memory.
They'll be on the beach. They'll be on the beach.
We'll be on the beach. They will not be in the league.
So that's going to be interesting to see what happens with that team down the road. So there you have our week 1 recaps. Again, an exciting week 1, a lot to cover, a lot of offense, a lot of
surprises,
a lot of great offensive weeks. It's going to be hard to find a player of the week with these kind of numbers. But again, every week's a different week at the YMSL. You never know what you're going to get. And, you could pitch 2 shutouts next week and things will change. But that's it. I'm your host, Bobby Marabi again, with Douglas Dweck and NRJ.
And maybe one thing we should say, maybe all these runs could be the source right here. Kosher Gatorade from RBI. Maybe this is the source of all the run scoring.
Or this could be the energy booster, according to some of our sources. That's all, folks.